yes, it's November and I'm still drinking Fest beers. This one is very exciting. It's from Ayinger. It's one of my favorite breweries in the entire world. Absolutely exceptional German beers, lagers, up there with your Augustinas, etc. If you've never tried an Ayinger, get out of the house and seek one out and get it down here, and you'll absolutely be blown away. They do the traditional decoction, and it's a really, really traditional, family-owned Bavarian brewery, and just honestly, just one of my favorite breweries in the world. They date back to 1878, so not as old as some of those Munich breweries, but still just a fine establishment. This is a Festmärzen, so not a fest beer, not the light golden beers that are famous for those big six at Oktoberfest. This is a more traditional beer, a longer, older beer style, the Märzen. So I've not tried their Festmärzen before, so this is a first for me. Very, very excited about it. And let's get it open, let's crack it open and see if it's any good. I'm sure it might be good. Alright, my phone just fell off the stand and broke it, so it's now leaning into the wall. I'm hoping that you can see this properly. Looks absolutely fantastic in the official Ayinger glass. Beautiful deep colour, amber colour. Very, very beautiful beer. Perfectly clear, nice fluffy head on it. Just a really kind of malty aroma, like bread crust, a little bit sweet, smell complex malt aroma. A little bit floral on the nose as well, but very much leading with the malts. Wow. That's just wonderful. Really, really wonderful. Just just a beautifully balanced Märzen, like nice kind of bitterness on the front end, marries perfectly into the delicate kind of malt sweetness. It's kind of on the kind of caramelly amber end of the malt sweetness, but still a very, very light and kind of crisp beer for the colour and the amount of malt that they're getting across. So they've just they're really just expertly done the decoction to get that kind of malt complexity that you just can't get without doing, you know, those German style decoctions or the Czech style decoctions. These guys are masters at it. So you got yourself a really, really drinkable Märzen, which has the kind of complexity of that deep amber color, the darker malt, but it drinks like a lighter lager. It's as drinkable as those fest beers, those golden kind of straw and golden coloured fest beers. And yeah, this just gives you more to enjoy, I think. Definitely a very, very repeat drinkable beer, which fest beers should be. And a Festmärzen, as Festmärzens go, this is probably the best one I've tried. Yeah, there's just a beautiful tang to it. The pH level, obviously they're just experts at nailing that, and it just produces this really nice tanginess that rounds off that malt sweetness and leads you back into that bitterness. The hops playing their role. Just a well married beer. Beautifully put together. Yeah, wow, it's just such an easy drinker. It this kind of beer, I kind of think of it as like a similar in terms of like when you drink a really well made kind of classic English ale. They are kind of, they can be quite dark in color, copper to amber, and they do have a lot of maltiness. But the English beers, they also use their kind of hedgerow kind of hops, and they have kind of quite fruity yeast. And they manage to like good ones manage to marry that kind of fruitiness with a malt sweetness and still make it quite like fairly dry, not too cloying, not too far on the malt sweetness. It is like a bit of like jam on toast kind of vibe. And this is something similar in terms of like that malt sweetness is beautifully presented, but it in no way dominates the beer, and it allows you to get that kind of hop flavor. It allows the bitterness to also shine. It's just a well put together, beautifully balanced beer. Just honestly really fantastic. Yeah, there's not much in terms of like herbal or spiciness. It is malt sweetness leading into the kind of like a floral hop, like just a nice, almost like you get like a honey that the bees have been gathering the pollen from different flowers, and you can kind of taste the flowers in that kind of honey. That kind of sweetness in this beer is kind of bringing out like a bit of flower kind of flavors in the sweetness of the malt, almost like a kind of flowery honey. No alcohol sharpness at all. It's 5.8%, but it is drinking very, very well in terms of any kind of alcohol harshness. Can't tell that this is a 5.8. It's drinking much lower than that. Just really, really, really well put together. So, just a wonderful, wonderful beer from a wonderful brewery, just really showing off how good they are at brewing. Fair play to Ayinger. You got yourself something that is just beautifully malty on the nose, slight hints of floral, and then it drinks just amazingly well. So that malt profile is like bready bread crust leading into a bit of caramel, but it's just like beautifully presented. It's not too sweet, it's not too cloying, it's not too heavy. They're clearly getting the complexity from decoction mashes, and it's just expertly done. And then that merges with a really great kind of tang, bit of bitterness, and then just a really kind of elegant floral hop presentation. And I describe it as like it's not separated. It's very well married together, and I describe it like a bit when bees are collecting pollen for honey from different kind of quite distinct flowers, and that comes through in the honey when you're eating it. That's how I describe the kind of floral hops in the taste profile of this beer. It's married so perfectly well with that bready bread crust caramel sweetness of the malt, and it's just really just a beautiful, beautiful beer that is very, very drinkable. They've somehow managed to get it light and crisp, but also sweet and complex, and also balance it all out with the hops, the bitterness, the kind of tangy zing that we love about really good kind of Bavarian lagers, and then the kind of malt sweetness, the more complex nature of the malt sweetness that you expect from a Märzen, from it being a bit of a darker leaning lager. Just a wonderful, wonderful beer from Ayinger. I think this might be my favourite so far. Definitely the best Märzen I've ever had, for sure. Just wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Ayinger Festmärzen, fair play to them. Absolutely fair play. I don't know what else to say other than just like, if you ever see an Ayinger, pick it up, mate. Just pick it up and get it down your son, because it's an experience. Everyone who's into beer, you know, we all know German beer, but Ayinger is one of those German breweries that you absolutely need to try and enjoy. I need to get myself over there and see what these guys are doing in person, because they're one of my favorites. Absolutely one of my favorites. And their Festmärzen, absolute banger, mate. It's a 100% gulper. Cheers.